Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 grade 5 math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 5 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter multiplication, and the lessons we are going to cover today are inequalities with multiplication, multiply three or more numbers up to two digits each, multiplication input output table, find the rule, and properties of multiplication. So let's just start with the first lesson, that is inequalities with multiplication. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well, right? Here I am on grade 5 math. The chapter is multiplication. Let's just start with the lesson, that is inequalities with multiplication. Okay, which sign makes the statement true? You have 9 times 9 and 81. So basically you have to evaluate this side and then you have to see which sign you can put, right? So 9 times 9 is 81 and they both are exactly equal. So you can write 81 is equal to 81, right? On the one side, you are given a number, and on the other side, you are given a mathematical expression that you have to evaluate, right? Just evaluate and see either they are less, greater, or equal, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, which sign makes the statement true? 93, and you have to compare it to 47 times 2. So let's just evaluate 47 times 2, right? So 47 times 2 is 2 times 7 is 14, 4, 1 carry. 2 times 4 is 8 and 1, 9, 94. So you have to compare 93 and 94. Which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is 93 is less than 94. The correct option is less than, right? Less than is the correct option. 93 is less than 94. Got it? That's how you have to do. You have to solve the side. You have to. Okay. The next one is which sign makes the statement true? Which is the correct option? Here you have 2 times 20 and 2 times 20 is, yes, 20 times 2 is 40, right? So 40 and 40 are, they both are exactly equal. 40 is equal to 40. They both are exactly equal, right? Okay, the next question you have to solve and tell me the answer, right? Okay, the next one is 46 and you have to see either it is less, greater, or equal to 2 times 23. So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Basically, you have to evaluate 23 times 2, right? So 23 times 2 is, you can do like this, just multiply. 23 times 2, right? 2 times 3 is 6 and 2 times 2 is 4, that is 46. You already have 46 here, and when you evaluate 23 times 2, that is 46. So they both are exactly Yes, they are equal. The correct option is equal. Okay, very good. I didn't get what is 3 now. I got that is option number 3. Yes, they both are exactly equal. Very good. Okay, the next one is 72 and you have to evaluate 18 times 4. So, which is the correct option? Use your notebook and pencil, evaluate the question and write your correct option in the chat box. 18 times 4 is 18 times, yes, 18 times 4 is also 72. So, they both are exactly equal. Very good. Okay, which sign makes the statement true? Which is the correct option? 82 is less than equal to. No, not equal. 82 is less than because 23 times 7 is, let's just evaluate 23 times 7, but 23 times 7 is greater than 82, right? 7 times 3 is 21, 1, 2 carry. 7 times 2 is 14 and 116. See, that is 161. So 82 is less than 161. Got it? The correct option is less than, right? Okay, the next one is how equal, which sign makes the statement to 94 and you have to evaluate 17 times 5, which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Use your notebook pencil first, multiply 17 times 5, then see which option is the correct one. 17 times 5 is 85, right? And 94 is greater than 85. So the correct option is 94 is greater than 17 times 5, right? Okay, 13 times 49, you have to compare it to 19. You can see both the numbers are two digit numbers, right? So their product will be a four digit number, right? That is way too greater than 19. So the correct option is that is greater 13 times 49 is greater than 19. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. You are stuck on equal. Not everything is equal. You use your notebook and pencil, evaluate and see. Okay, let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is, yes, very good. That would be option one. Okay, let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is multiply three or more numbers up to two digits each. Let's just see how do we multiply, right? We have 11 times 1 times 9. Let's see how do we multiply them. So whenever you have more than two numbers, just make a pair of the numbers. Any two numbers you can make pair. Evaluate, then you have again a pair is left. You have 11 times 1 times 9. So just make a pair like here 11 times 1. 11 times 1 is 11. Then again you are left with two numbers. You can do 11 times 9. That is 99, right? So whenever you have more than two numbers, you can just make the pair of numbers and evaluate, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, that is the one we just did. 11 times 1 times 9, which is the correct option. That is 99, right? That's the one we just did on the tutorial. Okay, multiply. 6 times 2 times 7. Now let's just make pair of numbers, right? We start with 6 times 2. So 6 times 2 is, no one is answering. 6 times 2 is, 6 times 2 is 12. You have to do 12 times 7, right? Let's just multiply. 7 times 2 is 14. 4 1 carry. 7 times 1 is 7 and 1 8. That is 84. That means 6 times 2 times 7 is 84. The correct option is 84, right? Now use your notebook and pencil, evaluate the questions on your notebook and write the answer in the chat box. Use your notebook and pencil. No guesses, right? Okay, multiply 2 times 8 times 2, which is the correct option. Yes, the correct option is 32. 8 times 2 is 16 and 16 times 2 is 32. Very good. The correct option is 32. Okay, the next one is 12 times 9 times 8, which is the correct option. 12 times 9 is 85. No, you are not interested to do multiplication. 12 times 9 is 108. Now you have to do 108 times 8. Let's just do 8 times 8 is 64, 4 and 6. 8 times 1 is 8. That is 864. Yes, option number 1 is the correct option. That is 864, right? Okay, the next one is 12 times 7, which is the correct option. 12 times 12 is 144, right? And 144 times 7 is 1008. The correct option is 1008. You can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is the next lesson is multiplication input output tables, find the rule. Okay, so we did input output tables in the last session, right? Here we are given with the input output tables, we have to calculate the rule, right? Let me just explain again what is input output tables, right? Here is input values, right? Input values are 1, 2, and 3. And here is the output value 3, 6, and 9. So you multiplied input with a specific number to find the output value. Here you have to find the number. What number you multiplied with 1 makes 3, what number you multiplied with 2 makes 6, and what number you multiplied with 3 makes 9, right? So they are 1 times 3 equal 3, 2 times 3 equals 6, and 3 times 3 equal 9. That means that is the 3 that you multiplied with each input value to calculate the output value, right? So basically you have to see the relationship between the input and output values. You need to see what number is multiplied with input value, each input value, to calculate the output value, right? Just see what number is multiplied with the input value so that you can calculate the output values, right? So that is 3 for this example. Now let's just start with the question, test question, and see what how can we evaluate. Okay, what is the rule for this input output table? Which is the correct option? The input values are 1, 2, and 3. The output values are 3, 6, and 9. So, what number is multiplied with each input value to get the output value? Which is the correct option? Yes, they all are multiplied by 3. 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 3 is 9. So, the rule is you need to multiply them by 3, right? Okay. What is the input rule? What is the rule for input output table? Which is the correct option? 1, 2, 3. The output are 3, 6, and 9. Think and then answer. Which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is that is 3. Each value is multiplied by 3. Very good. Okay. What is the rule for this input output table? 1, 3, 5. They are 2, 6, and 10. Which is the correct option? One times what number is? Yes, that is 2. Each input value is multiplied by 2 to calculate the output value. Very good. That is 2. Okay, what is the input rule for the input output table? So which is the correct option? 1 times what number is 3? 2 times what number is 6? The correct option is yes, that is 3. Each value is multiplied by 3 to calculate the output value. The correct option is 3. Very good. Okay, what is the rule for the input output table? For this input output table, which is the correct option? Yes, each value is multiplied by 2 to calculate the output value. Very good. The correct option is 2. What is the rule for this input output table? Which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is 3. Every value is multiplied by 3 to calculate the output value. Very good. The correct it is 3. 1 times 3 is 3 and 2 times 3 is 6. So the correct option is 3. Right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is properties of multiplication. So let's just discuss the properties first, right? Then we'll do the practice questions. So the properties of multiplication are multiplication is commutative. Commutative property. What do you mean by commutative property? For example, commutative property means A times B equal B times A. For example, you have two numbers, 4 times 5. So 4 times 5 is equal to 5 times 4. On the both sides the numbers are same, just their order is different, right? 4 times 5 is 20 and 5 times 4 is 20. So that means order in case of multiplication doesn't matter, right? That is the associative property. The next one is, sorry, that is the commutative property. The next one is associative property. Let's just see what is associative property. In associative property, three of the numbers are involved, right? Just their order of multiplication is different. A times B times C. And here you have A times B times C. The bracket means you have to evaluate this number first, right? For example, you have 2 times 3 times 5. 2 times 3 times 5. So here you need to evaluate 2 times 3 first. 2 times 3 is 6, then you have to do 6 times 5. Here you have to do 5 times 3 first. 5 times 3 is 15. So 6 times 5 is 30 and 15 times 2 is 30. Got it? This is the associative property of multiplication, right? On the both sides the number are exactly same, just their order of multiplication is different, so they have same answers, right? Okay, the next one is identity property. What is identity? Identity is 1. 1 times A is A. 1 is a number, if you multiply it with any number, the number is exactly the same, right? That is identity. Then you have 0 property. 0 property is 0 times A. Whatever the number it is, the answer is always 0. If you multiply the number with a 0, the answer is always 0, right? That is 0 property. So these are the four properties: commutative property, associative property, identity, and 0. Commutative property involves two numbers, associative property involves three numbers, identity is 1 times the number, and 0 is 0 times the number, right? Let's just start with the test questions now. Which property of multiplication is shown? Distributive, associative, commutative, 0. Which property it is? That is the property that involves three numbers. On the both sides, the number are exactly same. So which is the correct option? That is the associative property, right? The property that involves three numbers. On the both sides, the numbers are same, just their order of multiplication is different is associative property, isn't it? That is the associative property, right? Okay, the next one is which equation shows the distributive property of multiplication? I forgot the distributive property, right? Let me explain what is distributive property. Distributive property involves two of the operations, multiplication and addition, right? It likes A times B plus C. But something like this, you need to do A times B and plus A times C. That is the distributive property, right? We have to do A times B plus A times C. That is the distributive property, right? So here you have which is the distributive property. The distributive is option number one. You can see two of the operations are involved. 7 times 3 plus 9, that equals 7 times 3 plus 7 times 9. Got it? Option 1 is the correct option. Which property of multiplication is shown? Commutative, associative, distributive, or identity? Which property it is? That is the identity, right? One is involved. Whenever you multiply one with any number, the answer is exactly the same. So one is the identity. The correct option is identity, right? Which property of multiplication is shown? Which is the correct option? Zero is involved, so that is a zero property. The correct option is zero property it is, right? Because zero is the number that when multiplied with any number, the answer is always zero. So that is zero property. Very good. Which equation shows the identity property of multiplication? Which is the correct option? One is the identity, right? Yes, that is option number one. Very good. Which property of multiplication is shown? Which is the correct option? You can see two of the operations are involved, right? So when two of the operations are involved, the property is very good. That is distributive property over subtraction, right? So you have distributive property over addition and distributive property over subtraction. Option number one is the correct option. Which property of multiplication is shown? 8 times 6 and equals 6 times 8. Which property it is? You have two of the numbers are involved, both sides the numbers are same. Which property it is? That is commutative property. The correct option is commutative property. Very good. Which property of multiplication is shown? You have 3 times 4 times 6 equals 3 times 4 times 6. Three of the numbers are involved on the both side. Which property it is? Whenever you have three numbers are involved on the both sides, the number are exactly same. That is the associative property. The correct option is associative property it is. Which property of multiplication is shown? Which is the correct option? 3 times 9 equal 9 times 3, that is commutative property. It is option number 1 is the correct option, right? Which equation shows the distributive property of multiplication? Which is the correct option? Which one shows the distributive property? Which is the correct option? That is option number 1 is the correct option, right? Option 1 is the distributive property over subtraction, right? The correct option is option number 1. 3 times 2 minus 0 times 2 equal 3 minus 0 times 2. Option 1 is the correct option. Okay, we are done with the lesson. So we were working on grade 5 math. The chapter we were working on is multiplication. And the lessons we have covered today are inequalities with multiplication, multiply 3 or more numbers up to 2 digits each, multiplication, input output tables, find the rule, and properties of multiplication, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9, or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So if you have any question related to the lessons we just did, you can ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.